guess even kings get scared, huh?
Sequence touchdown.
And you got what?
9-8. That's not crazy.
Swift on Pro Bowl this year. Lock it in.
Zone touchdown, Detroit Lions.
8 flowers for a third round pick.
No.
You're tripping.
The gut punches will stop.
Showtime. Yo! Welcome back to Last Second Dose, where we doing the most. And I'm out here on the West Coast. Your boy Rad in Portland, Oregon. Big repping them Detroit Lions. Y'all know us first, everybody. Make sure everybody keep that same energy, too. But hey, we got a beautiful show. We about to go. But I got to introduce him. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Mustachio, a.k.a. McStats. Dose of Dion. What's happening, Brody?
Rad, I like that sweatshirt. Is that new? I may have asked you that before, but is that?
No,
what is that?
You always ask me.
Rad, that looks sweet though. Where'd you get that?
The Detroit
you
Lions.
You got that from Target? You went from Target and picked that up?
Actually, I got it from Dodge
Target.
Shop.
You're in Oregon. You got it from the Dodge Shop?
I got it from the Dodge Shop.
See, this is why I got copyrighted. Because that stuff right there, Rad. Now they're going to look at my Dodge Shop and take it down. Yep.
What do you mean?
It's got the Lions logo on it. You know, they don't play with that.
Actually, I want to everybody. I did not get it from Dodge Shop.
Rad, you look good though. You got the background hooked up again. You know what's crazy is I don't even see like a crumb. You know what I mean? Like I know you got your air fryer food down there. It's not like you didn't spill anything. There's no sauce. You know what I'm saying? Just clean. Bro, that's beautiful.
You know I got to keep it clean. I vacuum daily.
Yeah.
Dust. Yeah.
All right, I like it. Oh, it looks good.
How you doing though? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm excited, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm just pumped for some reason. I don't know. It's a good day, you know. It's Thursday, so.
I mean, yeah, OTAs is jumping off. We got to be pumped. It's a little smidget, a sprinkle of some type of football. You know what I'm saying?
We're almost there.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat. They pumping. What's up, Al?
Shout out to the chat. Let me go back to the beginning a little bit with this chat because JT
What's
came
happening?
in showing love.
Love it. Are you
Okay,
froze?
I thought you was gonna read it out loud, so I was.
Oh, I can't wait for the show.
Okay.
Love getting my latest Lions news through you guys. Value-based, profound, accurate analysts, not just rumors. I love it. Throw another one up.
Right.
I want to read.
Okay, let's do it.
Throw
Bam.
another one. Dose, I'm thinking of you. I think it's going to be a good year. Nah, he said, Dose, I'm thinking it's going to be a good year. A lot of good help this year. I love it.
There you go.
Shout out to John.
Now we got a 2 from Budjo.
Mr.
Give it to him,
Budjo. Dan Campbell is going to win Coach of the Year. I don't think so, but I hope so.
Whoa! You see how?
Appreciate it,
Look at
Budjo.
this, Rad backtracking again. That's where we're at.
Whoa, wait.
You have us. How many games do you say we're gonna win this year? He's not gonna
At
win
least
Coach of the
10.
Year. You don't think he'll win Coach of the Year?
At
if he
least
wins
10. Nah, I mean it just depends on how deep we get in them playoffs. Like,
Ooh.
I think we're gonna make the playoffs. I think we have a good chance of winning the North. But Coach of the Year, I mean, it could happen. But normally they like to give Coach of the Year to the team that's kind of got one of the better records and things like that. Throw something else up. I'm in the mood to read.
I like it. You're killing it too. Boom.
Dose of Rad. I like that. Go. You guys see Dan Campbell presser? Ooh. We're actually gonna talk about it.
Yes, we are.
Tell Rad, let me get that shirt. What's happening, John? We got the same first name, John. You know what I'm saying? Hello. Hey. What's goody? Or what's good? What up, fellas? All right, I'm done.
I was gonna keep looking on the same.
I'm done. Man, let's get it pumping and jumping.
All right, let's do it.
Pistons or Blazers fan, Rad? Hold on, I gotta answer that one.
Yeah, please.
Pistons or Blazers fan? I'm gonna say 70-30 Blazers. Like I root for the Pistons, but I've been in Oregon for 10 plus years, so I've adapted to Blazers. Love Dame Lillard, so I'm gonna say Blazers, but I also show love for the Pistons. That's like my second team. That's like my East Coast team. But I'm mainly like a player when it comes to NBA. Like if I have a player that I like, I'm gonna root for the team. Like Jason Tatum,
right?
One of my favorite players, rooting for him. The Eastern Conference Finals it's a toss up for me because Jimmy Butler's one of my favorite players in the NBA, and so is Jason Tatum. But I think Golden State's gonna win it, and I think it'll be a better NBA Finals if Boston wins it because I think they match up well with Golden State.
Agreed.
But no, I show love to the Blazers and I show love to the Pistons. Like Kane Cunningham, I think he's gonna be nice. I like him. I see a little Grant Hill. I ain't watched too much of him, but just that size and what he can do with the ball reminded me of Grant Hill. Because I grew up a Pistons fan because that's when I was living in Michigan and things like that. I actually met Grant Hill coming outside of a Perry's drugstore. I don't know if they probably Rite Aids now, drugstore. I had a bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos. It was raining outside. I looked to the left, look up, like, dang, that's Grant Hill. And it was pouring rain, and I rode my bike to the Perry's drugstore. I was hoping he was going to get a little homie a ride, but he didn't give me a ride. But it's okay. I still got to say what's up to Grant Hill. And I had his shoes back in the day, the Grant Hill 1s and the Grant Hill 2s made by Feli's. Anyways, I'm through rent. I don't have a pair right now. That's back when I was a little
were you
kid.
wearing them when that went down, though?
Probably not because it was raining outside, but I had to have a bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Right.
And I'm not going to put my Grant Hills on to, ride my bike to go get me a bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos.
That's a great story. I was going to ask you, does that that Damian Lillard commercial, does that make you want to buy what they're selling?
I don't know the commercial. I don't watch a lot of TV.
I don't remember.
I don't watch a lot of TV at all.
It's one where he shoots the three, and it's the whole crowd is not a team at all. It's just generic. Okay, you know what? I'll send you a clip when I see it again. Anyway, this is getting very confusing. What
we jumping into?
Let's do it. This is the chat's talking about a lot. They're asking, have I seen the Tim 20 pod? I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did see a little bit. I saw bits and pieces. Got some notes from it. I saw the Malcolm Rodriguez part, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I read that. Let's jump into Dan Campbell. Let's jump in DC.
Let's do it. And he's got injury updates, which we need. We need those. We've been waiting for those. I mean, your cousin, or your who was it? Your cousin Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah.
This is Romeo's cousin, not my cousin. It's Romeo's second cousin on his dad's side.
Oh.
Hit me up.
Okay.
Remember?
So I lied a little bit when I told. Okay. No,
it's okay, man.
Yeah,
play a slip up. It's okay.
I'm gonna play this through Twitter, and we'll go through it. This phone. And on HD. There we go.
You want to remove the comment?
No.
Comment.
Yeah.
There it is. Thank you.
Can you hear it?
That's beautiful.
So I would
sounds
say,
good.
Sounds amazing.
We started phase 3 really on Tuesday, which is now the OTAs, and we've got good attendance. The guys have been here for most of the off season, and so the turnout's good. This will be day 3 of the OTAs, and first 2 days have been good. Obviously, we're in the beginning stages of it. There's a lot to clean up, but there again, it's to to work on what we do schematically, offense, defense, special teams, and then it's really just development. Working on skill and athletic development as it pertains to more of the finesse side of the game, I guess you'd say. So. And just see where we can get better. We're not out there long, but just enough to get some work and see if we can get a little bit better. That's what this is about. So the guys have been good. I would say this too, as it pertains to just some of our injured guys, because I know you're going to ask. So Akuda he's out there just doing some individual and some walkthrough. He's progressing. Jerry Jacobs is doing well. Jamison, it'll be the same answer as a week ago, so he's a week better, if that makes sense. And then Taylor Decker is just, we're kind of being smart with him, all good, but we're not going to have him practice, but he's been here. And then Romeo's progressing, so anyway, all good. Questions?
I got a question, Coach Campbell.
Yeah, let's pop. Oh, okay, that was the wrong thing to remove. Rad, go ahead. Good.
I got a question, Coach Campbell. So,
yeah,
I've seen today that we have Will Harris working out his cornerback 2 next to Amani. Is that going to be his primary position this year? Is probably cornerback as opposed to him playing safety? That's when you're supposed to.
Oh, I thought you were asking Dan Campbell. I didn't.
Yeah, but anyways, no. I mean, I did read that. I don't know if the rest of y'all read that. But we kind of talked about Will Harris probably sliding in at a little bit of corner this year, and I think that's why he's a key piece to this team because he can play multiple positions. That's a little weird though that they went with Will Harris over Iffy though.
You said at OTAs he was cornerback 2.
He was cornerback 2.
Oh, over Amani. Wait, so Amani was 1 because Okuda's doing individual drills. So you're saying
right. It was Amani and then Will Harris. I was just wondering why, if he didn't slide in at quarterback 2, third round pick.
I would think because of reps, right? Because I mean, last year Will Harris played more corner than Iffy did. Iffy played like 2 games, 3 games. I mean, Iffy didn't really play last season, so I would think that there's no way in heck though Will Harris comes in the season above him on the depth chart. There's no way. No chance. There's no chance. You know, you and I both know there's no chance he comes in above him on the depth chart at cornerback. There's no way.
Then are you about to play anymore? Because I know
I'm gonna
they were
play
saying, okay, Romeo's progressing slower than Okuda. Okuda's ahead of Romeo in his rehab.
Yeah, that's because he's not putting the videos out there. That's the issue. Come on, Romeo, what are we doing? You know, put the videos out there.
We can really know where you're at. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Okuda. No, to Okuda's thing, we've seen him on the field. Actually, that's why I used that picture for the thumbnail, because he was out there on the field. He said he's only going through individual drills, but we're in May, so he's going to be ready to go. I mean, I would say that's where it's at.
I feel like that.
Yeah,
I feel like he'll be ready for preseason. I think preseason.
Yeah. I mean, will he play in the preseason?
I was about to ask you that. Hold on, I was about to ask you that question.
I think, yeah, he would. He played last year, right? So he would probably play.
But he was healthy.
Ooh, but with the injury, would you put him out there? I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'd put him out there for a couple series just to let him get some live action against opposing team players. I would, just to get him back in that game mentality. So week 1 ain't his first back into game action. So I personally would probably put him out there just for about a drive or 2.
Yeah,
that's about it. Let him gather his thoughts, his bearings, his wheels, and things like that. But the cornerback, that's gonna be some competition.
For sure. I mean,
they're gonna be competing over there. Amani is the only lock.
Only lock to do what? To play or to make the team?
To be a starting corner. Yes, to play.
Yeah, I think.
You think they just gonna hand it back to Okuda, or he's gonna have to work?
I think he'll come in and start. I mean, I think he'll work, but I think he'll be the starter. I don't see a scenario where he comes in as not being a starter. I don't know. I just don't see it happening, man.
Check out Al right there. He said if he got some reps at safety.
That's what. Where'd it go?
We was talking about that when he got drafted a year ago. We was talking about that. Okay, I like to see it. Okay,
this is true. Yeah. Now that would be interesting where you would put Iffy, because I mean, he's got. I don't know. I would like to use him on the cornerback because I like him for corner. But like you said, we're deep at corner. If Will Harris is a corner, and if Will Harris is going to make the team. And if you listed Will Harris as a corner and he made the team, you could be looking at 8 cornerbacks. If you keep Chase Lucas, you'd have 8 cornerbacks. That's a lot. That's a lot of corners that you would have.
But if we do that, then I think we go thin at safety. At that point, you just keep
and then if
Deshaun Elliott, kind of part of Kirby, and Joseph. So now you got a total of 11 DBs, corner/safeties. If we're repping Iffy as safety. Obviously, we know he can play corner, so there's some versatility. Will Harris has some versatility. Mm-hmm. So technically, you really keeping 5 safeties. I would do it something like that as opposed to keeping any of these. I can't even think who the other safety is that's on the roster of the couple safeties. You just keep 3 traditional safeties and have those corners repping as safety also. And that's just mad versatility.
Yeah, I actually agree. That's a good point. And then special teams wise, all the new guys that you brought in. Am I all right?
Hello? Is it me or is it you?
Audio? I think my thing's playing. Chat, let me know if you guys can hear me. My thing says it's playing.
Hello?
I'm gonna keep talking. If you can hear me, cut me off. But I was gonna say with
you just froze on my screen, but I can hear you just cutting in and out, but you just froze on my screen.
Okay, I don't got that little Wi-Fi thing coming up, so I'm hoping I'm good. Am I good right now? I'm just frozen. Hello? You can hear him. Do I look good, chat? I mean, what do we do? You know, Jack, can you see me? Are we good? Because Rad looks super confused right now. We can hear all. Okay, cool. I think Raz is.
Yeah,
it's the man cave. He's at the bottom bottom of his house. It's
Chad,
bad connection down there.
Froze him?
Rad, you're frozen, Rad. That's what it
could be me.
They said we're good. I think they see us fine. I think
they said we're good. You're good.
Don't see me good.
I think it's probably just me.
But all I was gonna say is that with the special team side is that now you have Kirby Joseph, who's coming in as a special team.
Oh gosh, what's going on? What's going on?
Wow. All right. I think Rad. Okay. Anyway, Rad made a good point there. We'll get him back in. We'll figure it out. That's crazy. That's a good point, though. I mean, he's right. If he can take snaps at safety, and the thing is, if he could be a nickel piece, possibly, but if he could take snaps at safety, because again, he really does bring all the traits. Can he hit? Does he have the speed? Can he play man-off coverage? Yes, he can do all of those things. He wouldn't be a starter, but he could probably slide over there where it's with injuries. Would you take Iffy at safety versus CJ Moore at safety? That could be something the Lions consider. Which one would you rather have? Like if a guy like CJ Moore would be on the bubble, would you rather have Iffy at safety or CJ Moore at safety at that spot? So it's like one of those things. Brad made a good point though, because I think Chase Lucas is making the team. I think you're coming in with those 7. And then, yeah, I mean, you'd be looking at 8 if you kind of Will Harris, unless you count him as a safety. But that flexibility, why not? So they're moving him around. We also heard Kirby Joseph was taking snaps at slot. So I think especially now, it's probably just a lot of put him in different spots, see where they're at, especially with new pieces. He's still super young, so it's just, see where they're at. But yeah, that makes sense because those three safeties are the only locks, I would say. Those 3, Deshaun, Tracy.
I would agree with that.
And Joseph. Agree. All right, let's keep it rolling. Oh, there it is. Okay.
For a player like Penny Sewell, who really had a remarkable rookie season, a lot of different things.
What's the value?
The value of it, yeah, just having a year behind him now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think with any player, it's just the fact that he's banked that many reps and practice time reps, the level of competition that he's gone against, it's invaluable. And anybody will tell you in this league, you'll never make as big of a jump as you will year 1 to year 2. Doesn't mean you don't continue to get better, but year 1 to year 2 is the biggest you'll make. In this league, so we anticipate that he will be better and get a little bit better, and he's already a pretty skillful athlete, pretty good player. But I know this up to this point, he's been locked in, and you can see the confidence, and he's handling his business, which I appreciate. And really, I'd say this for the most part. For all those young guys, that class of guys last year, St. Brown, Levi, Lean, Barnes, Iffy, there is a level of confidence in those guys and kind of a business-like approach, which is impressive to see out of a bunch of young guys.
With Jeff and Romeo specifically, since you're coming off Achilles, does that expect them ready at the beginning of training camp? Do you have any idea when I guess they'll play?
Not really. We'll see. To be honest with you, it's hard to put a timeline on that. Let's see what they look like when we get them in here to camp and see what this next month of recovery does for them and rehab. So make that assessment then.
Last game of the season with an injury, is that what's he doing?
I would say it's the same area, but it's not the same injury. So we're just being smart with it. He's good.
Just like a quick thing there. I saw so Taylor Decker had that injury at Green Bay. I guess it was a foot injury. Mm-hmm. And he's saying it's the same area, but it's not It sounds like he's going to be fine. He actually says it.
We need him fine.
I just missed it. He just said if he had to play right now, he could play.
Okay. So. I need him rested. Well rested.
Has Pascal signed yet? I don't know if he's signed yet. Maybe. I actually have no idea. I haven't been keeping up with the signings this year. Because they're all going to get signed, so I haven't really kept up with it. At some point, I'm sure he will, though. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Pascal signed yet. If he has a great shot at being a corner. I don't want them moving to safety yet. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't make, like, there's no way I'd make him a full. I don't know. Like, if he looked fine at cornerback last year. And that's the thing with Okudah. Like, I don't think, like, the thing is, though, with Iffy, when he came out, I remember they brought up the fact that, yeah, maybe he could be a little versatile and play the safety position. Like, Okudah, like, just the transition from cornerback to safety isn't just, it's guaranteed. He's not good at corner. Let's put him at safety. He'll be better. Okudah's, like, more of a cornerback build to me. Iffy, on the other hand, kind of came out, you thought maybe he could move.
He's got a bit bigger build, obviously, than Okudah. They both can tackle. I think Okudah could just probably play safety just because he does like to tackle. He's aggressive. But why not get Iffy at reps at safety just in case something happens? He's got to bump back there. It's not unusual to him to just jump back there just because he's been repping it all offseason at safety.
Yeah.
The kid plays corner. I'd split his time. Have him at the safety, have him at the corner. Same with Will Harris. Even though Will Harris has obviously a ton of reps at safety, but I have them flipping and things like that. I think somebody said, what about A.J. Parker at safety? I just don't know about his build. Can he hold up at safety?
Ooh.
That would be scary. And does A.J. Parker make the team? You said 8 corners. Was he part of those 8?
Yeah, I think he does. Because I don't know, even like when we talk about slot corners, and I'm not saying AJ played well last season. Mike Hughes has played slot, but I don't know if that's where I want him all the time. I mean, I think you have players that can play sub. You can put 3 safeties on the field, but my consistent slot corner, I don't know how good I feel about some of these other guys that have maybe played it a little bit but haven't consistently been that. Maybe Jacobs gets more reps there. I don't know, but I don't really see them getting rid of Parker after this season. They played him way too much last year.
Right.
Like, they didn't even hesitate. They had him over Nick Roby-Coleman all season. They kept him over Corn Elder.
I want to keep him. I think he had an up and down year, but he showed that he can play in this league. He showed that he's aggressive. He will attack the line of scrimmage. I don't have no issue with keeping 8 corners, but then at that point, if we kept 8 corners and 3 safeties, we got 11 players. In that 53-man roster, 11's already taken up in the secondary.
That's okay.
Now we're gonna have to go thin. Where do you go thin at then?
I think you go thin at safety, like you said, because if you don't give reps to Iffy, but you go thin at safety, then like you said, if someone goes down, who's playing safety? Like, you would have no backups that have experience there. If he gets his experience now, or at least I would give everybody maybe a little bit of a shot. Maybe you do put AJ back there. Like, if anybody could be a backup at cornerback, give him maybe some reps at safety if you think he has the 2 tools to do it. Because if I'm going to go thin at safety and C.J. Moore, Brady Breeze, who else do we have there? I don't know. We got a lot of backup safeties there. Don't make the team, then someone's got to feel comfortable. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, to just test it out. But I would say if he's probably a corner, but if something happened, like you said, he could slide into safety and he's already done it. I would say go thin at safety makes sense. Because we're going to talk about the defensive front in a second, later in this video. Let's keep this thing rolling.
We're just being smart about it.
It's early, but Aiden Hutchinson, what's your read on him so far?
Yeah, there again, nothing that's been disappointing. I would just say he's trying to, like the rest of those guys, they're swimming a little bit, but yet his approach is everything we thought it would be. He's in the meeting rooms, he's attentive, he's wanting to learn, he's taking it all in, he's doing what's asked of him, and then it's trial by fire like the rest of them. I got to learn from my mistakes. So he's been all business.
Hutchinson, obviously there's going to be an expectation for immediate contribution. Just what's the biggest learning curve for a player at that position? Is it physical? Is it schematic? What is going to be the hardest thing for him to adjust?
I think, it's a good question. I think some of it'll be, I guess a little bit of both, but probably since you're asking that, it would be the physical part of it. It's just, adapting to the speed of the game, these types of tackles. Now, here, I've said this before. I think this is where I think Hutch is going to have a big advantage, is the fact that he's going to have to go against Sewell and Decker every day. I think that's huge. I think that'll play more into his development than a lot of other things. So, I feel like he's going to be going against quality tackles. So that in itself is, I think, really going to. I think it can excel his progression.
Talk about Aiden's strength, you know, and the bench pressing and all that. There's weight room strength and there's functional strength as you apply it. Are you happy with his strength right now, where he is? I mean, for where he is as a rookie entering the NFL, or how far does he need to go to get to NFL man strength?
Yeah, I would say this. Yes, pleased. And that being said, man, he's got a long way to go. Like, he's got a ton of room to really even get more powerful, if you will.
Right.
So
Right.
his strength it's good enough to go out there and compete, no problems there. But yet, man, there's still a ton of meat on the bone with him, which is, I mean,
Ton of meat.
That's pretty exciting. So
Ton of meat on the bone.
look,
I love that. That's great.
you can never tell for sure, but I would say this. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to pick this guy is his DNA says that he's going to do everything that he can to be successful. And he's got enough ability and enough strength. He certainly does to go out there and help us win some games. Now, when will that be? How fast will that be? I don't know. I know this. We're not going to put him out there until he's ready. I mean, we're not going to, he's going to have to show it to us, but we'll see how it goes. There again, we're day 2 in the OTAs, so,
So this is something that the chat was brought up. Someone brought up in the chat. This is according to, because we don't get to see this, sadly, but this is according to Tim Twentyman, right? This is what he said. He said, during a 2-minute 11-on-11 team drill Thursday, number 2 overall pick, that's today, Aiden Hutchinson made his presence felt. It's no pads and limited contact in OTAs. Okay, yes, we know they're not really supposed to, be making contact, but Hutchinson had a 3-play sequence rushing from the interior where he would have recorded 3 straight sacks on quarterback David Blau in the team, had the team drill been live. He was behind
Against
undrafted.
Matt Nelson.
No, just,
Against Matt
it's
Nelson.
a good guess, but no. It's,
oh, wait, but continue.
You want to guess?
Who was he going against?
I'll give you a guess. Is it interior offensive lineman?
I know. I mean, obviously, you said he lined up on the inside. I just wanted to throw Matt Nelson. Sorry, under the
you
bus.
want to take a guess? I thought you were trying to take a guess.
It was against the second unit, Logan Stenberg.
It was. I can't say the dude's name. It was Zane Obed. I always mess up this dude's name. The undrafted player out of Ferris State. On the 3rd play of the sequence before I think.
That holds no weight then.
And they're not even making contact. But
that holds no weight. No.
But no, it does not. It does not. I'm not trying to get hyped about that. I'm getting hyped about what Dan Campbell said. Dan Campbell spitting flames when he said that his DNA is that he's going to do everything he can to be successful. That was the thing I was pushing with Hutchinson. Is like, there's no way he's going to fail. He won't. He doesn't have that, and that's what I felt with Hutchinson. I think that's what Dan Campbell's talking about here. He won't, whatever people want to say about Sting, the thing is, he won't not do well in the NFL. There's no scenario where that comes up with him. He feels like that. Doesn't it give you that vibe? It's just, you felt like with Cave, well, maybe something, it might not go as well. But we don't know how it's going to, Hutchinson will do well. You just know what'll happen. And he'll show up in the big moments.
I think Kayvon's going to do well also.
He may. But I'm saying there's what I'm saying? Hutchinson, someone said it, he's going to be consistent for you. Now, Rad, someone's got a question for you. He says, Rad, why don't you rep Goff at safety? And he rep a quarterback. I'm a Goff fan, and I think he's a franchise they're building around. First off, I love the second part of that comment. Would you also rep Goff at safety, Rad? That's the
Man, look, I don't even want to get on Goff, okay? He's our quarterback. We're building around him. This is a make or break year for him. No, I would never rep him at safety. I wouldn't even rep Goff at punter or field goal kicker. He just needs to play quarterback. He ain't athletic at all. Okay? He has a solid arm. He throws good, accurate ducks, and that's it. But I hope Goff works out for us so we can just use all these picks to continue to build around him. But Hutch is gonna be a consistent player. I think he's gonna be good for anywhere from 8 to 12 sacks a year. I think he still needs to work on his play strength a little bit more because he's more of a bull rushing pass rusher. You're not going to be able to bull rush offensive tackles in the NFL on a consistent basis. He'll have those weeks where he'll blow up against that poop-ut offensive tackle, but I think he needs to develop a couple more moves in his arsenal of pass rush moves. And it is good. Like you said, he's going against Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell on a week, every week, day in and day out basis. that ain't gonna do nothing but make you better. Iron sharpens iron, so that's great. It reverts back to how you said Okudah was balling last year in training camp, but he was going against Tyrell Williams and Brashard Perriman.
The fact is, he was balling.
He should ball against those jokers. They were bums. Now this year's receiving core, let's see what Okudah's about to do against DJ Chark. If Jamison Williams is there, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, let's see him going against that caliber of receiver, as opposed to those poo-putt receivers we had in Tyrell Williams and Brashard Perriman.
Tyrell is legit.
So yeah, Okudah should have looked like a dog against them.
Hey, but here's my thing though. Why didn't Amani look like a dog against him like Okudah, and he had 6 picks? That's all I'm saying.
We don't know what Amani did. We weren't talking about Amani.
That's why look how good Okudah could be, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if he's standing out amongst Jerry Jacobs and all them dudes, where's Okudah at then? Oh snap!
Nope.
I'm just saying, Red, the ceiling.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you just know he's about to ball out, Red, and you're going to have to buy that jersey. We got to put a bet, like some kind of wager, like a certain pass rating allowed or a certain amount of interceptions. You have to get an Okudah jersey. Something like that's going to have to go down.
We can do that. And I think, look, from what Okudah's been doing this offseason and who he's been working with, his feet are getting good, hips look good. He's working on it. His technique looks good. What's up?
And to give a quick wave, let's talk Lions, our guy.
What's happening?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
I'm rooting for Okudah. I hope Okudah bounces back. I think he will. From the film that's been going out with that messed up Achilles, it's a good shot he can bounce back because I'm ready to see it. You were the 3rd pick. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just going to go back through this, but my goodness, dude just did us with a bang, and he don't even leave a chat or anything that we can read, right? He got nothing to read. Rad, try to read his name. You try to read it, man.
Cavato. Cavato.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Feels wrong, but I
How you know it's wrong?
You just said it with confidence, so maybe it's not wrong. I don't know. You said that very firm. Cavato. I was like, that don't sound right. All right, guy, hey, can we get some birthday cakes in the chat, man? We got. Wait, where's the other one? There was another one in here earlier from Budjo, I think. For the 2 donos, man, we appreciate it. Oh my goodness!
Check out the truth comment real quick.
Yeah. Okay. Where is it? Is it up or down?
That's gonna be Aleem McNeil. It's the truth right there.
Out
of curiosity, who plays the nose position this year?
Oh,
that's Aleem McNeil.
For sure.
Aleem.
We gonna get to that. Let's save it a little bit though, because I got.
Okay. Keep it pumping and jumping.
But I do want to throw one more thing in here. And again, this is from Tim 20man. So I just want to read this. This is what he said about the defense. He said this. Campbell said he wanted more competitive periods. Okay, maybe I should save this because he's about to bring this up. Yeah, you know what? Let me save this for a second. We'll come back to it. Point is, Hutchinson's going to be a dog. Short story. All right, let's continue.
Can you explain maybe what the philosophy behind some of
this is where we're going to get to the scheme side in a second.
I just think more of it is... it's just a little more, I call it much more hitting the blocks than it is. I don't want to say we were catching, but there was, and it wasn't 2-gap. We just were a little bit more play the line of scrimmage, where now we're really, we want to play more on their side of the line of scrimmage. That's the best way to describe it. Look, we still have all the front variations, all those things, but I think that'll be probably the biggest difference that anybody would notice is just the fact that we want to, now we're not just like running through gaps and closing our eyes and stuff like that. We're not like that, but we are much more hit the blocks and play on their line of scrimmage, which is a little bit different than what we were last year. And I do think this will serve our front well. I think this will help Aleem. I think it'll help Levi. It'll help, really all those guys up front.
100%. Attacking, baby.
Yeah, I don't know if he talks about this more. Actually, he does talk about this more. Let me let it go for a second, then I'll come back to it.
Process with the NFL last week.
I think he does.
Just what defense going into year 2, I guess.
It's huge. It's huge. I kind of said this. I probably didn't say it to you guys, but.
This is about Aaron Glenn.
But when all this was going on, and
okay, let's come back to this because he's about to talk about Aaron Glenn. This is what I wanted to show on the screen, Red, because he starts talking about. Actually, let me put it back up. Let me do this. I'm sorry, Red. I'm all over the place. Let me make this make sense.
Ourselves and
here you go, right here.
The front is a result of what he saw within that process and maybe proposed.
Talking about Aaron Glenn and what he saw.
I think that was the biggest part of it. Was just doing a really let's do a fair assessment of ourselves. And he looked at it, and he actually, he brought it to me. Now, some of this had already begun a little bit after the bye week. There was a little bit of just tinkering. Now, not that much, but that was kind of the starting point of how, what do we need to do a few things differently. And then once the season ended, to go back and look at it, and that was, he felt like this was what we needed to do. And I agreed with him wholeheartedly. I think this is the right thing for us. And look, that's a ton of credit to him, and not saying that, I think it's just we're trying to do what we say we're going to do. And because there was, some of the things that I believe in and AG believed in were much more, if you will, the 3-4 Okie, those 3-down packages, Pittsburgh Steelers, a little bit more of the, and not that we still don't live in that world, but for us personnel-wise, what was right and what is right is kind of what we're going to start moving to. And I think because it suits us well, and and the ability to adapt for us as coaches and to help our players be the best that they can be, I think is what we're about. I mean, that's what.
All right, that's the part I want to talk about. I spent some time here because this is like, he brings up the 3-4 Okie, and I think that's why we kind of ran that last season to come into the year. I feel like because we have Flowers and we have Romeo, and we try to do that at outside linebacker, and I could throw up a little thing for that. But I think what he hit on there is it was kind of like natural, because last year we drafted Aleem and Levi, and we had to kind of play them within that. And we didn't see Levi a ton all year. Like, we had more Nick Williams and things like that. But it also affected Brockers. Like, he talks about how he thinks it'll help Levi and Aleem, which it will, because they were not drafted to do what we had them do at the beginning of the last season. But now that you have another draft and now Trey Flowers is gone, you get to adjust back, and now you could just keep building on what I think was naturally what they wanted to come in and do, but because of what they had. And we liked it. Like, we liked the fact that they took what they had and they adjusted their defense to it, because Aaron Glenn was a 4-3 guy coming from New Orleans, and he adjusted to what the personnel was. But now that you're a year later and you've moved on from that, you can kind of switch it and start to go to what you want to do defensively.
Right.
And he's going to talk a little bit more about this, but I want to show this little diagram. Brad, you could talk about it. What's your thoughts on the whole thing while I get this pulled up, man?
I think it's smart that we move to a 4-man front. I think it's going to obviously it's going to help Levi, because he's an attacking type of defensive tackle as opposed to reacting. He needs to get upfield and be disruptive. I mean, he said that in his opening statement that he likes to get upfield and blow up. Excuse the I ain't gonna even say it. He just likes to be disruptive and blow up offenses. And doing that, he needs to be able to just attack and think less instead of trying to react. Just get upfield. And then McNeil, he's just a big athlete. Yeah. We need to let him just get upfield and not have to react. Show that athleticism. I feel like he's very underrated, and I think he's going to, both of them, Levi and McNeil, I think are going to have a big year this coming season. Pennicini, we know what he's good for. He's good at holding a point and things like that. He's not going to bring us much pass rush. But those two rookies from last off season, they're upfield type players, and I think this is going to benefit them. Then we bring in Josh Paschal, who's going to be a disruptive player also.
Dog, man, yeah.
I love how we're going to a 4-man front. This is going to benefit us. Now, the people I think it's going to affect, it just depends on if we're going to have our 9 techniques and our 7 techniques put their hand in the dirt, or we're going to allow them to rush from a 2-point stance, because I don't really see Julian flourishing with his hand in the dirt.
Here you go, Red. I'm glad you brought that up.
He's not that type of player.
Red, you haven't seen this yet? You haven't seen this interview yet?
No, I didn't watch any of this interview.
Look at you. You are speaking what Dan Campbell was about to talk about before he even said it.
Oh, well, I know the game, and I watch our team, and I know Julian that's not his strong suit, is holding a point and hand in the dirt coming from a 3-point stance. He needs to come from that 2-point. So I don't really know how it's going to affect him. Is Brockers going to get pushed off the team just because we got a couple 3 techniques at this point? I feel like we still should keep him, because I've been reading articles Brockers going to be the man to get cut and things like that. I think it'd be stupid to cut him. He's good for the locker room. He's good to teach these kids how to become a pro. And I felt like Brockers had a solid season for us. Is he super disruptive against the pass? Like, nah, he never has been that in his whole career with the Rams. That's not him. But now he's taking on more of a mentor role where he needs to help mentor Levi, McNeil, Penasini, all our young cats, even Hutchinson, Aiden. Like, he needs to teach them how to be the pro. What's happening, Micro Mike? So I love how we're going to a 4-man front. Romeo has showed that he can play with his hand in the dirt. Charles Harris has showed that he can play with his hand in the dirt. Bryant showed it. Hutch has showed it. I think the odd man out is going to be Julian. I don't know if he will be the one that probably gets the snip just because he didn't come in with this regime. You know, that's the Fatty P Bob Quinn regime. So is he a scheme fit at this point?
That's what he's going to go into, and I'm glad that's why you brought that up, but he's about to talk about it right here. He said they view Julian Okwara as a Sam linebacker that on sub downs will come in and play like a defensive end. And, you know, like we talked about walking up on the line. I think that's the exact same thing they view for James Houston.
So now it's like a 52-man front, a 5-2 front, Sam linebacker roll up on the strong side, things like that. Now, I could see Julian doing that. I see you got Houston there. I could see that happening. Davis, which Davis is that?
Where? Oh, I couldn't think of all the linebackers, so I was just who's in my head?
I was looking at the off ball. That Davis caught my eye.
It was just, who? What was it? Jared Davis?
He's not going to be on the team.
He may not. I don't know, Brett. It was just the one that came into my mind. I was like, I don't know. Who should I put there?
His name.
Who should I put
Erase his name. I would move Rodriguez over there and let Sean Deion Hamilton. Jared Davis ain't making the team. I'm getting off track here. It just upset me that I seen his name. He's buns.
All right.
If anything, Jared Davis needs to roll up at the Sam and come off the edge. Like, that's Davis what he needs to do. Davis' strong suit isn't him playing off-ball linebacker. Davis is good. The closer he is to the line of scrimmage, you dumb down his responsibilities, and you just let the man run and go hit somebody. That's what Davis is good at. Davis needs to be on kickoff team, a punt team. He needs to just be running and hitting people. That's what Davis needs to do. Having him think too much, you're not going to get the best Gerard Davis at that point. So Davis needs to be a Sam, and I put Houston at off ball. That's what I would do. That's the only way Davis is going to make the team is if he's close to the line of scrimmage. Him playing off ball and thinking, hey, nah. I'd rather have Sean Deion Hamilton, and y'all already know how excited I am about Malcolm Rodriguez. Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be a starter for us. Remember I said it. Lock it in. 6th-round pick, going to be a starter for us. This season, he will start for us. Watch. The kid is a ball player. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but Malcolm Rodriguez,
I believe it. I agree 100%.
He was a steal for us, bro. I went back and watched more film. The kid is a pure athlete, pure linebacker, good feet, good eyes. He's just undersized, but he finds a way to sift through garbage, and find a way to the football. That was Malcolm Rodriguez. I'm done. Okay, my bad.
No, I just got upset. Agree with you there.
Go ahead,
and that's what Kelvin Shepard said. He said, "What's the quote we wrote down?" He said he's one of the. Said he's one of the smartest young players that he's been around.
The kid is a linebacker through and through.
Now, so yeah, just to point this out, I didn't put all the names in there, but we're gonna talk about this. You're fine, dude. I loved it. I didn't put all the names in here, but this is kind of the idea, I guess, in a way of how this could look. This is what I'm thinking. So you got your nose here, Aleem, Penasini, guys like that. That's the thing, though. Brockers, to me, like, when I line this up, we know it's not going to look like this all the time. It's going to move all the time, and they're always going to be moving pieces around. Thing is, though, like, Levi and Aleem, we talk about them and how it's going to help them. It's going to help Brockers a lot, too. Like, Brockers had to do the same thing that he wasn't normally doing with L.A. He's the same guy that's get upfield, make something happen in the backfield. He's got the physicality and stuff and the long arms to, I think, hold up much better than some of these other guys did last season, which is why some games were like, man, Brockers is the only guy playing defense. But to your point, he doesn't get pass rush. That's where Josh Paschal comes into play because he is one of the, and the video's dropping soon, he's one of the most disgusting pass rushers from the interior I think I've ever seen. I'm not even kidding. On pass down, he's ridiculous. So he'll take his spot. Brockers should not be on. We have Brockers on the field way too much on 3rd down last season, Brad. He should never be on the field on 3rd down.
For sure. But I mean, we didn't really have that much talent. Now we're bringing in more and more talent, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fun lineup, man. Look at the line.
That's what in it's competition at dang near every position. I would say, except for Hutchinson, but that Romeo and Charles Harris, they're gonna be competing. McNeil's a lot, but that 3 technique, that's gonna be mad competition. Iron sharpening iron. You got to get better if you want to get on the field. you got to produce.
Hey,
it ain't
now
like,
look
hey,
how
this
I
is all
labeled
we
it.
got. This is all we got. We're gonna play you. It ain't gonna be none of that. Even Barnes is about to get pushed. I like Derek Barnes, but he gonna get pushed by Rodriguez. Double A's gonna get pushed. Rodriguez is coming in to take somebody's spot, bro. I don't know who it is, but he gonna take one of them Joker spots. Oh, real quick.
I think so. I think eventually, for sure.
Did you see Deion Jones wants out of Atlanta?
I didn't see it, but I saw people talking about it.
Yeah, he wants out of Atlanta.
He's got a huge cap hit or something next year. He's like 18.
And I'm thinking, like, I'll take Deion Hamilton. What, bro? If linebackers are soft spot on defense,
he's going to talk about linebacker.
Deion Hamilton will come in and start day one for us. He's better than any linebacker we have on our roster. Not Deion Hamilton. Deion Jones for Atlanta. Yeah. Deion Jones will come in and be the best linebacker on our team day one.
Maybe.
And if he comes available,
I don't know Deion Jones.
Deion Jones, he's a baller. He had a little down year last year, but he's proven that he can play in this league. He runs a 4.40, and I want him. If he comes available, I hope the Lions go take a run at him, bro. Real talk.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back on track.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're talking about Pennicini, too. Like, yeah, Pennicini, I mean, that's like what Rad said. You know, he was drafted with the last regime, too. So Pennicini's skill set is not the exact same. But it is kind of like the natural word. Okay, Levi and Aleem, these guys are built for this. They just couldn't do it because of what they had last year. But now they're able to kind of get out of that. Like, I think the steps you're going to see just based on playing to their strengths are going to be huge next season. But yeah, notice, Rad, I got Josh Paschal above Levi. I think Josh Paschal may take more snaps than Levi. But with that said, I don't think, like, the three, we know, Dan even said he wants to have him play the three, work against guards and things like that. But Pascal's going to move all around. I just think Pascal's going to get tons of snaps, and he'll be another one of those guys that I think is going to take someone's spot a lot because he'll play everywhere, and he's going to be, we don't have a third down pass rusher from the interior. He's now that. He's a dominant run defender. So it's like he'll take people's spots. But, yeah, the depth here looks really good. And the fact that I got Brockers listed third because, again, he'll move around. He could be playing the Romeo role here. He could move all around. But it's just how deep we are. I'll go back to the video, wrap this thing up, Red. Let's keep it roll. Oh, what do I got pulled up? Oh, that's it.
We got some depth along that D line.
Yeah, we look good.
I love it.
We look good now, Red.
Because those guys win games. We don't. It's the players.
Oh, I was like, what?
Right. I didn't know what he was talking about. Like, whoa. Who are you talking about?
We know we gave.
Wait a minute.
Just maybe confidence or leadership in that unit.
Okay, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, there again, it's early. I mean, I could say there's nothing that would be glaring in the wrong direction at this point, but it's a good group. I know that.
Okay, I'm going to skip this part.
Change how you agree on those changes.
Thought that far in. To be honest with you, I haven't even,
Okay, this is about the preseason, so he has like no answer
always
for
looking
it.
for those. Majority of those guys, they're really backups that didn't quite nail.
Thank you. Here we
Look
go.
at it, what gives you confidence that the linebackers on this
Here you
roster are going to perform at the level that
I heard linebackers. Let's talk.
Oh, that's easy. Competition. That's why. Because out of all those guys we have in that room, it's going to be a bloodbath in there. There's a ton of experience. There's a ton of youth. There's a ton of energy. And I think when you combine it with the type and on top of that, every one of those guys that's in there is competitive. They're highly competitive, and I just think, man, when we come out with the finished product and the two or three that are left standing, or there'll be more than that. But my point is, I think we're going to be excited about those guys.
Oh, my bad, BBFC. Completely did. We'll get to that. My bad. I missed this completely. Actually, I missed that completely. That's probably for you, Ray. I appreciate you though, man. I don't know how I missed that. And that's the thing. Like, he's one of those dudes I haven't watched yet, so I have to go rewatch him because I don't really remember much about Davis aside from
Jerry
drafting
Davis.
him. But he could be off. I mean, if you go back to what he was coming out, they
Jerry
can get
Davis.
him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I gotta get back to it, man. I gotta rewatch him.
Everybody knows Gerard Davis' eyes is just terrible, bro. Like, he's terrible. When you got to have him thinking, it ain't processing fast enough. And he misses tackles. Where Gerard Davis is good is blitzing, trying to get to the quarterback.
I agree with that. Yeah, he just got to finish some sacks, and then we got something there. You know what I'm saying?
Using that power. That's where Gerard Davis is good, blitzing him. Having him process anything or drop into coverage, That's not him. He's terrible. He is not good at playing off-ball linebacker. Is he good at coming off the edge? He's better than being an off-ball linebacker. That's where I think he can make this roster is on special teams and coming off the edge or blitzing through the A-gap. But I don't even really want to put him at off-ball and take the chance of blitzing him through the A-gap because I don't even want him being off-ball. He's not good. I don't know why they brought the kid back. I guess they brought him back because, you know, how we got this little thing where we're bringing in former first-round picks who just ain't panned out and put him on a cheap contract. And that's what the recipe is looking like. We brought in Mike Hughes. Last year was Charles Harris. Like, we just bring in these former first and try to give him another shot.
If he was coming out of the draft as the same player, he would have been a fine draft pick for the Lions.
This year's class?
Not that high, but if you would have drafted Davis coming out, let's say he's there, he's sitting there, we pick him where we took Malcolm Rodriguez, it's Davis. You're probably like, dang, that's a good draft pick because he has the traits for what we're looking for in an off-ball linebacker as well. Thing is, though, since then, he hasn't been that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the injuries, he got bigger last season. He wasn't the same speed. So I got to figure it out. I don't know. I know you're not a Davis fan.
In the 6th-round pick or whatever. Like, he had a couple big hits coming out of Florida and things like that. But if you go watch Rodriguez film and Davis film, you could just tell Rodriguez is a better linebacker.
No, he's a
he can
dog,
process plays better. He can sift through garbage better. He's a better player than Davis. Davis highlight films, it showed his explosion and things like that. If he was coming out in this class, he probably would have went in the 6th round. Davis was not good.
No, I can't agree with that. If he was coming out as the original draft pick, he ain't going around 6. There's a reason he went as high as he went. He had talent coming out.
If he was in this year's linebacker class, where would you have rated Gerard Davis?
I have no idea. I don't remember what he was like coming out, but I know he wouldn't have went around 6.
Is he better than the Kobe Dean?
I don't know. I mean, like, the thing... maybe. No. Yeah, it might be. I mean, the thing is with Nakobe Dean, though, like, Nakobe Dean, to me, he's the heart and soul of that defense, right? But again, we know he's undersized. I didn't think his responsibilities were very detailed. It was like, okay, here's your guy, like, either shoot the gap or play man defense. Like, he's a great athlete, but they make it sound like he's the most instinctual linebacker ever. It's like, nah, he's just manned up on this guy. He's chasing him around. Malcolm Rodriguez is instinctual against the run.
Oh, 100%.
He is dominant against the run. Chad Muma was instinctual against the run. How fast they were on plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about Davis still coming out, so I can't really say much about the dude. But to what he said, Red, when you look at how much depth we have, we got a lot of depth at linebacker, man. We got Alex, Derek Barnes, Jared Davis, Malcolm Rodriguez, Natrez Patrick, Josh Woods, Sean Deion Hamilton, Chris Board. I forgot about Chris Board. Anthony Pittman. Red, we deep at linebacker, man.
We have a lot of depth, but ain't... Okay, in that group right now, we would say...
4? 5?
5. I would say we keep about 5. Maybe, I don't know. It just depends on how we do it on the D-line because some people have versatility. Like, if we keep your boy Davis, like, he's going to have to show that he can come off the edge also. Houston's going to show that. I mean, he played a little edge. I mean, he played the edge last season, and he's played a lot of off-ball. But we do have depth.
We got
I think Rodriguez is going to pop. I still like Derek Barnes. I haven't given up on him. He just needs to get his eyes better. I mean, play a little bit. He needs more stats playing off-ball linebacker. He has versatility coming off the edge. You screaming depth, but Double A is our best linebacker in that room. Would you say?
Yeah, him or Malcolm will be. Yeah.
Okay, so right now, let's say it's Double A. Okay. Where would you rank him, far as like 1 through 10, as like linebacker? Like, you know, obviously 10 being the best. Where would you rank him? I get you screaming depth.
What rating?
We don't have no goons.
I see what you're saying. Like, what rating would I give him?
We don't have any proven goons at the linebacker position. We know what we're getting out of Double A. He's a solid linebacker.
Yeah, like a solid 5'6".
Okay.
Solid linebacker, yeah. And I like his coverage.
That's not good.
The responsibilities won't be heavy for him.
That's not good.
That's the thing.
Like 5.
Yeah, he's a 5'6" player. But Malcolm Rodriguez, on the other hand, I think he's... Yo, I'm with you on Malcolm, bro. I think he's going to be our best linebacker by the end of the year. I would
agree. I'm really on that Malcolm Rodriguez train. I am. After watching film, I am.
Yeah.
And then all the homies in Oklahoma tell me, like, yeah, bro, like, I don't even know how you didn't know about him. Like, he always popped in Big 12 football. Like, okay. But I still think we need to bring in one more gangster. I'm sorry. And bringing in Gerard Davis wasn't bringing in a gangster. They just wanted to get another cheap body.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
He won't make the team.
We'll see, man.
He won't make the team. His contract shows that he won't make the team. and it is what it is. He's not gonna make the team.
He may not, but what we need
contract.
is depth right now. We need depth, and we got to figure out which ones come out of it. But we need like certain skill sets. So I'm with you. Like James Houston is a lock not only because he was a draft pick, but because he brings that versatility. He'll make the team. Melka's making the team. Alex Anzalone's making the team. Derek Barnes making the team. So if you do keep 5, which one of those 5th? I could be Sean Deion Hamilton. I mean, you can list him at the bottom. Sean Deion Hamilton might be the 5th. There's a shot. I mean, if he does well in the training camp,
I think that's what it is right there.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not mad at it. Be fine because I don't want to keep Davis for special teams. Like we got guys that can play special teams. You better give me some sort of defensive ability, otherwise I'm not gonna keep you on the 53. I feel like that would be. It's not like he's a rookie where it's like I'm developing into something. Like I don't want to keep him for special teams. I don't know.
I feel it. I agree with BB Pipsy right there. Linebacker has been terrible for the Lions since Levy. Tulloch has been gone 100%.
Man, Levy was a dog, man. Every time I hear Tulloch, I always think of him hurting himself.
Oh gosh,
that's the only thing I think of, man. When he celebrated, oh my goodness. What else? Okay. Quickly, Red, do you want to talk about which UDFA? Wait, before we do that, let me read this because this is what I was going to read. So this is according to Tim Twentyman. He said this. Campbell said he wanted more competitive periods and OTAs than he did last year. So he said he wanted to get those started earlier, which beat us a few times, I would say, early in the year. Now, good thing is these young guys that were in that situation have that experience. But Baltimore, Minnesota, you could argue San Francisco, like games where we didn't close out. Baltimore, one guy's wrong page, right? You know, you look at Minnesota, give up the last couple points there. So he said that he wants to get those situations, put the pressure situations on earlier. Thursday, he ran a period where the offense started on their own 40 with 45 seconds on the clock and 1 timeout. I would love to watch this. The first team offense, that's fired. Hey, you remember when Madden had situation mode when you could like put I missed that. That needs to come back. He said the first team offense led by Goff. Now, he says first team offense. I'd like to know what that looks like too. But first team offense led by Goff got to field goal range on a nice connection over the middle from Goff to DJ Chark. But Austin Seibert missed a field goal try. Okay, boom. That's not good. First thing, Austin Seibert's their one then, I think, maybe. But that's also not good if he's the only guy that's missed a kick and Riley Patterson hasn't, okay? That's not a good thing. We got to make some field goals.
I took Patterson.
Is that the most overlooked issue with this? Could be the most overlooked issue with this team is the field goal unit?
No. I mean, I hope not. Think we're gonna be, I don't think it's being overlooked. I mean, we got two guys that are competing. Both have shown a little bit of consistency. I'm probably going with Patterson just because I feel like he showed a little more consistency, but he didn't show the big leg. I mean, you're not going to be able to always get a Matt Prater to slide through. We should have never cut Matt Prater. Matt Prater really should have retired a Lion. He should have retired a Lion. Let's be real.
He should have.
Like, when you find a kicker, you keep the kicker. Even if he had a down year, he didn't have a Matt Prater normal year, that's okay. I'm still going to ride with Matt Prater because he's shown through his NFL career he has a big leg and he can knock things down. I think we should have just kept Matt Prater, bro. Plain and simple.
Well, he continues with quarterback Tim Boyle and the second team offense, so we know he's the backup, at least now. Lasted one play after cornerback Mike Hughes stepped in front of Boyle's slant pass and took it to the house. Oh, snap. Mike Hughes got a pick 6 on Boyle. Okay, that's great to hear. That's beautiful. And he said on who? He said on stepped in front. Okay, I don't know if he was like in the slot or what, but I forgot about Mike Hughes. That's on, man, cornerback were nice this year. Then he says quarterback David
Mike Hughes.
He said quarterback David Blau led the third team in the field goal range, but Riley Patterson missed a try.
What?
I don't know how far they're kicking from, but
if Patterson missed it, it would have to been from like 56.
It was probably 50 plus. Okay, it probably wasn't inside 50. He's very reliable seemingly between there. You know, it's early. It's May. I'm not gonna get a big deal in none of this, but I'm just hoping. Okay, hopefully that's something that shows up. I'm hoping this year we come into the roster with a kicker. That way we're confident. Like we don't cut both.
Right. Right.
Such an issue last year. Brad, so who do you think? Undrafted free agents. Which undrafted free agent? And if you have a couple, go for it. Do you think can make the team this year?
Obinna, Ezzy's going to make it a tackle.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just got to beat out a couple jokers. Matt Nelson, one of them. Like, I think he can do that. And then his contract shows that we really trust in him. I'm interested to see what happens at that receiver room. That's where I think things get a little shaky, to be real.
Really?
Because Khalil Pimpleton, good route runner. I know he's just stuck to slot, but I feel like he could play a little role if it's like a gadget player and things like that. Does he push Khalif Raymond out the building?
I don't think so.
Younger,
Maybe
cheaper. Josh Johnson, I was high on him from the University of Tulsa. I like him.
Yeah.
And then the running back, Greg
way.
Bell out of San Diego State.
There ain't no way, Red. He ain't making the team.
I don't know, man. Look, I don't
Nah,
know.
he ain't
Like,
making the team.
you just never really know. Honestly, I think it's going to be Ezzy to tackle, and I think we're going to get surprised at receiver.
Wow.
I really think Pimpleton might make it. I think he might make it, bro. Because he's just going to flash too much.
It'd be hard for
You
him.
got to give him a roster spot. Like, I think once he gets his shot, he's going to flash so much. You just got to get him in a roster spot. And then at that point, you going to probably push up Khalif Raymond, bro. We went through it. We had like, what, we were 6 deep at receiver.
Yeah, we're 6 deep with Khalif. And that's the thing. He's different than Khalif, though. Like, you're right, though. They're both small receivers, but he brings a whole different element than Khalif
He's a
does,
little bit
'cause
more
he can make things happen with the ball.
jukey.
Yeah. Now,
And
he's
his route
not the
running
same
is
pass
crisp.
catcher, though. He ain't the same pass catcher, though.
He ain't. But I think we
Now-
need a guy like him, though. We need a little
might.
itty bitty, little
Behind the line of scrimmage.
jukebox
Little jet
gadget
sweep.
player. Jets, thank you. Just about to say jet sweep. Throw him a little bubble screen, little jailbreak screen. He take it 15, 20 yards. We need somebody like that because we really don't have that.
No, we don't.
So why not? I say get a kid a chance. I think it's going to be Pimpleton and Ezzy. And we may keep 7 receivers, but then where do we go thin at?
Yeah.
I think we might have to just go thin at the running back, bro. You keep 4 of them jokers. It's going to be Swift, Jam, Netflix, and Kabinda. Bam. There's your running backs. We're going to keep 2 quarterbacks. Blau's going to get cut.
Yeah.
Offensive line, people are going to have to show some versatility. Like, I think Evan Brown needs to be working at some guard at this point. We know he can play center, so that right there, we didn't keep. Boom, there's some flexibility at the offensive line. Tight end, I said we keep 2. Put Brock Wright on that practice squad.
Yeah.
Let the rookie
James
come in
White.
here.
Yeah.
This 53-man roster gonna get real tricky, bro. It's about to get real tricky. There's gonna be an edge we're gonna lose that we didn't think we was gonna lose just because Houston shows versatility of coming off the edge.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? So it's like somebody's gonna get pushed out the building.
I'm excited
I
that
don't
they're
know who
doing
yet.
that with him. That they're playing.
I don't
like
know
a
who yet,
linebacker.
but somebody gonna get pushed out, bro.
Man, that'd be interesting. I don't see it,
Who you
but I
think?
mean, people are hyped
who you
on
think
it.
about making? Talk
So,
to me. Let me ask you.
The 2 I wrote, like you said, was Obina Eze. Someone said Hutch beat Obina 2 in practice, which, okay, I could definitely see that. Well, he's going to beat a lot of dudes in practice,
As he
especially when they're not
should.
making contact. But with that, bro, I'm just saying, like, he better be a good backup tackle because we need that. We do. We better
100% we need that. If not,
Like
go
I
get
s-
Riley Reef.
We better get something. Yeah, we better. So I have him, of course, as well. We did the video on him. And my other one, I actually have some clips together for this. I think Chat was talking about it. I got Demetrius Taylor, man. And with their defensive line, because you're right. I mean, any UDFA, cornerbacks to me is going to be really tough to make it. Wide receiver will be tough, but Pimpleton might be the exception because he brings a different element. Like, someone's got to bring a different element, or I think it has to be at a position that is very open in terms of depth. Like, cornerback feels like it has so many locks. It's going to be really hard to slide in there. I'm gonna go with my guy Demetrius Taylor, 6'1", 290 out of App State. He's been productive for 5 years. He's got 2 kids. Look, this dude, his get off it suits what the Lions need, and he was good. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why did you throw in there? He has 2 kids.
Cause you know why? Cause I was watching.
What is that? Where did that come from?
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming since I was watching him. I was watching him do an interview, and he had 2 kids with him the whole time.
Hold on. I want to just. I think he's gonna make the team. He's Appalachia say he's 6'1", 290. He has 2 kids. Okay. Does he have a good spin move, swim move? Like, what does 2 kids have to do with him making our team?
Yo,
6'1", 290. He's got 2 kids. Okay, so
he's been through
good
some
at
stuff
changing
off the
diapers.
field. Yeah, man, he's grown up, man. He's ready to go, man. He's been handling his own business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That's what it is. I was watching him interview, and I don't have all the notes. I lost a page, but he had his 2 kids with him the whole time, so it was stuck in my head. And then I said it.
Lord.
But this is a dude that balled out. And look, I always think of App State, and I'm like, man, they're not facing a good competition, not in the Power 5. Thing is, though, they beat a lot of good schools when he's been there. North Carolina, South Carolina, beat a lot of good schools. They've been very competitive. But let me not do that, because that's copyright. This is just this athlete that he is. He's a super good athlete, man. Like, that's the thing. And you see how he gets off the line. I love it. That's going to fit exactly the line.
He's thinking about his 2 kids right there.
He's thinking about him. Yeah, he's like, I can't wait to get home, feed him some goldfish. Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Okay. So I get it now. I see why you said he's doing his 2 kids. Because he's playing like he got 2 kids to feed. Go ahead.
Like, look at his arms. He could literally hold one kid on his left arm, and the other one could be on his shoulders right now.
Can you point him out? I don't know who I'm looking at here.
Number 9, my bad. Number 9 at the top.
Okay.
So that's the form. He got it from having 2 kids. No, but seriously, like, look at this. And the thing is, he plays everywhere on the D line, flexible just like Pascal. But the way that he moves at 290, and there he was on I know this is going super fast. Wish I would have slowed this down. Here he is out off the edge, getting some pressure. He just blows off the line so fast. And then you could use him in stunts. It's a very big stunt piece. As you see there, getting some pressure. There he is shooting. Like, look at this dude. Look how fast he's off the line, man.
Because he's chasing 2 kids.
Exactly. Look at that. Bam. He just splits the zone. But I love it, man. And this is one of those spots where you look at depth and you're trying to figure out, who's going to be some of those bottom pieces of the roster.
He got more pass moves than Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay, calm down. Now, he looked good, though, Brad. He do look good, though. That's what I'm saying.
He does look good.
A guy that's that athletic and that agile at that size.
Hold on.
Bro, and he's been really... he's been productive for 5 years. I mean, look, the bottom of the depth chart for the defensive line is very questionable, Rand. It is. And maybe Pennicini's a surprise cut. I hope not. But I'm just saying he is for a different size. I think you need the nose.
I like Pennicini.
I do,
I hope
too.
Pennicini ain't gone yet.
But Bruce Hector, Jayshon Cornell are nowhere near locks to make this team. I definitely think someone could slide in there, and someone that gets off like this and that's that athletic at that size, with the amount of tackles for loss, the way he shoots the offensive line, the way he uses his hands. You said he has heavy hands. Maybe, man. Hey, he's ready to go. Like, that's the thing, man. He's ready to go. He came back for his final year. I think he's much more day one ready. And we know about being 6'1". You always think about being Aaron Donald. He compared himself to a Fletcher Cox. So
I like that.
That's what I'm thinking for UDFAs, man. But I'm with you on the Obina Eze. It just feels like he kind of has to, because otherwise I'm like, oh gosh, we didn't address backup tackle at all. What do we do? Like, that would be very unfortunate.
I said it on our last show. I think we need to bring in a vet to play swing tackle, and I keep throwing Riley Reef out there because I feel like we can get him cheap, veteran. He's got a lot of snaps under his belt. I know he's an ex-Lion, but we just need somebody just in case. Knock on wood. Somebody gets hurt. We got somebody who's shown that he can be a starting caliber offensive lineman. Am I saying Riley Reef's a dog? No.
Yeah.
But he's better than Matt Nelson, and that ain't hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, if he's willing to take contract as a backup, which I would think he would. Look, we got to figure it out, though. You're right. And if it's not Eze, then someone's got to do it. Because I think Eze, the thing is, though, he's just, I don't want to say he's raw, but he hasn't played both sides of the line of scrimmage ever. So I think he can, but it's like, you're still kind of, is he more in practice squad mode? Because you need someone that can really back you up. We heard about Taylor Decker. We're playing it safe. Okay, that's great, but if he goes down, what are we doing? Like, we gotta have an option for that, and that's the concern here. Now, the thing is, if Taylor Decker isn't out there, then obviously you can just put Eze right at left tackle, and then you just keep that, or you can move Sewell around again like last year. So I hope so. Tony thinks it's gonna be pleasant. Not pleasant. I can't read. Pimpleton. That makes it. Look, hey, that's sweet. First off, that you got to see him. Maybe I don't know. I don't see it. I think the route running looks good, but I also saw Khalif tear it up. I think just small receivers tear it up man to man. Like, you get one-on-ones, they light him up. It's just more often than not they're going to. But he is, like Raz said.
Khalif wasn't really tearing it up.
Khalif was tearing it up one-on-ones.
At one point in the year, they talking about our receivers couldn't even get no separation.
They was lying because Khalif was. I'm talking in practice. Khalif was tearing him up. I just think it's hard to match up one-on-one when you have no help, you're not playing leverage, you're playing face up on a guy in practice. Again, it's 5'9", he's super fast and quick. Like, that's got to be the toughest matchup. In a game, it's different. But Khalif played inside, outside. But like we said, if they are looking for that piece that makes plays behind the line that I can throw a screen to, those kind of things, maybe more of a returning upside, even though Khalif returned well, Pimpleton would be the guy to slide in and take a spot because Khalif isn't that.
That's what I want to happen. I want Khalif to get pushed out by Pimpleton.
Okay. Why? You don't like Khalif? I like Khalif.
Khalif's cool, but we can improve at that punt returning position in our itty bitty receiver position.
Yeah, but he's
why not bring out a younger, cheaper, faster version?
Smaller. He's like 5'7".
Oh, he's an itty bitty fella, but hey, as long as you make things happen when you get the ball in your hand, make it do what it do, dog. Like
yeah. Hey, it's good competition, man. That's the thing. Thing is, toughest Khalif's got a 2-year deal, but it's not a lot of guarantees. So maybe that could be the surprise. Chat, put down below right now who's a surprise cut this offseason. Who do you guys think is a surprise cut? You guys do realize they will have it covered, right? The OT position. Do you not trust him to get talent that produces with cap? I don't know. I think it's to be determined, if I'm being honest. I want to say I trust them, but at the same time, did they have it last year? No. So based on last year, I can't say I trust it. I get what they did to a point of saying, hey, we want to get Matt Nelson the reps now because now we can just look back at last year and be like, all right, Matt Nelson, can you be the backup? Well, we saw you in action, so now we know. But at the same time, it also really hindered a lot of things offensively, and I really wish they would have had some kind of option. But last year, I'll give them more of a pass because of where they were at with things. I didn't even look at it as a necessary issue. They also had Terrell Crosby, so they didn't believe that they even needed that probably, and then he gets cut, and it's... But this year they were prepared, right? They should have been prepared for this. I mean, they review the roster. If they're not prepared, then I don't know. They should be. And I think Eze could be a backup. We'll see. I just hope they're healthy. You think Brockers? I just can't see it with the contract, man. I can't. He's got too much guarantees. We need a vet. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a vet. And again, to me, he's a good player. He's just in the wrong defense.
Surprise cut. Let me see. Like somebody who
maybe
just...
though. Well, you're saying Khalif Raymond.
I'm saying Khalif Raymond. Yeah, Raymond.
That don't count as a surprise. I
think it'd be Khalif.
Probably Cephas. Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm playing. Some people are saying Cephas. I don't know how we would cut Cephas. Look, we can't cut Cephas, man. Come on,
Randall loves Cephas too much to cut him. Nah,
he did. Hey, Hughes just picked off his pass. It sounds like though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's his fault, but you know.
AJ
did
Parker
that one play get him cut?
I could see AJ Parker for sure. Gerard Davis. That's not surprising.
This is actually kind of a good one. Garrett Griffin. No one's talking about Garrett Griffin, Rad. Jason Kabinda? Nah, they can't. They gave him too much.
I forgot Griffin was on the team.
I did too. I really
did. Nobody. That sucker. He ain't making the team, bro.
Hey, what if he does though? He'd be the surprise make actually if Garrett Griffin made the team.
Over who? Whoa. Kabinda? Who's fighting?
I don't really see. Over Brock Wright? I mean, he could. He's a blocking tight end.
I could see that. I could see that.
That's crazy. That'd be wild. Craig Reynolds? Ooh, that would be tough. I hope they don't cut Craig after last year.
No, they're not cutting. You can't cut Craig Reynolds. Like, he's our third string running back.
Davis is staying, bro. Ooh. Yeah, we got to do something with that. I think Okuda this year, he gonna lock up. We can do even a PFF thing on it. Like PFF's his PFF grade. I would say his PFF grade is over 65 this season. And your thing could be Jared Davis gets cut.
Yeah.
Griffin only true blocking tight end. Yeah. What else do I have to hit on here? Red, you got much time, or are we wrapping this? Because I have an optional thing, but I don't care if we hit on there or not. So it's up to you.
Time.
We good? I don't know what that means. You got to dip. You got to dip, Red. You can't be late for that, Red.
I do.
Okay, we'll wrap this thing up. Shout out to the chat for coming in, man. This was good stuff. We got to watch the presser, which was great.
That was fun.
Chat seemed to love it. I'm going to check out more of the Malcolm Rodriguez one. I know they were throwing a lot of love at him.
He's a dog. And he will be starting. Plain and simple. And we'll be back at it Monday.
Yes,
Monday.
sir. Yes, sir. Back at it Monday, probably for patrons. So make sure you become either become a member of the channel or a Patreon. We'll be live there. And then Thursday we're back and we're live for YouTube. I'm liking what you say, Dan. I'd rather have extra pass rusher and extra receiver. Yeah, no. And stay tuned. Josh Pascal video is about to drop after this, and I don't remember what else. We might talk about some scheme stuff later. But anyways,
check that Josh Pascal video out.
Hey, it's long though, so you got to get your 2 kids with you, Brad.
I don't have 2 kids. I have 1, but I do a lot of driving, so I have
get
time.
Your 1 kid with you. Get the air fryer food, and because you're gonna be there for a hot minute. But I think it's good, man. Yeah, and we have that tonight as well. So yeah, we got some things going down. All right, man, we go wrap it up. Brad, words of wisdom before we get out of here.
Drink water.
Hey man, food talking a while. Brad, no, you can't use that every time, Brad. That's not even words of wisdom at this point, Brad. They did last week to drink water. This is crazy.
Be the best version of you.
You're still here?
Yo, what?
It's over. Go home.